So we live. Got a special guest in today. Go ahead, introduce yourself. Let them know who you are.
Hi guys, my name is Pamela. Well, Jared asked me to come and do this live here. He said you would ask me some questions, so I'm kind of excited.
Yo. So pretty much what we're gonna be talking about today, really, it's gonna be really a more so a discussion. So we're gonna be breaking down the effects of feminism and just getting your thoughts on it and like how you view feminism and how you think it has been on the world today. So
Mhm.
how do you feel feminism has been for women? You think it's been like more positive, more negative, and why?
Okay, I wouldn't say it's negative. I feel like feminism on the whole is something that empowers women, right? And in terms of when we talk about hmm, how to say it, like for example, myself, right? Well, I was gonna call. Yeah, for example, like myself, in terms of, I mean, come on, like we need to be bosses, right? That's how I see myself. So I remember my sister saying, "Jolene is such a feminist," that kind of thing. That's my home name. It's like, but it's nothing like that. It's just, having your own. I would say, and being your own boss, and nothing is wrong with that. Because I feel like in today's society, we we were born to always look at men as the dominant one, the leader, right? And I would say that it will always have to be like that. Women could be leaders also, right? Women could lead businesses, and nothing's wrong with that.
For sure. So that being said, women can lead businesses. So are do you believe that women and men can have the same all the same capabilities and all the same jobs? Like, do you think that women would actually take pleasure in
Jared,
like blue collar? What's up?
Jared.
Yeah.
Sorry, I apologize. My audio just went down for some reason.
Oh,
So I don't know if that's
you
is
can
you on
hear
my end.
can you hear me?
Mm-mm,
Can you hear me? You can
nah,
hear me? Nah. Hold on.
I'm hearing you, but very soft.
You said very soft. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, very soft. Now, just give me a minute. Could I even come back on, Jared?
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I would have to leave and come back on because my audio is down.
For sure. We'll be back, gang. Yeah, but yeah, man. Breaking down that face of feminism. I'm gonna get on live on the chosen real quick, man. See what's up with y'all boys. Hey, what's good, man? Head over to YouTube right now, man. We're going live. You know what I'm saying? Head over to YouTube right now. We're going live right now, man. Especially oh shit, I'm tripping. Hey, you can hear me better?
Wonderful.
All
Yeah,
right.
wonderful.
Okay. So where did we last start off?
I guess it's that you was asking me in terms of um feminism in this time. What are my thoughts on it when it comes to feminism? You
Yeah,
know?
okay. So the follow up question to that was, all right. So, do you feel as if feminism will have it to where all like women would not dominate, but be well off in most jobs? Like, I'm even talking blue collar jobs. So, do you think women would take like? Do you think they would take the same amount of pride in those jobs that they do, like typical jobs that they like doing? I'm saying like construction and things like that.
Um. So, Prati, what you're asking me, dear Jared, is like, would women go down a road in terms of doing construction and stuff like that?
Like I'm saying, like you said like need to be bosses and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But in your when you say bosses, you mean like CEO and suits and ties, things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that being said, I was asking like, it's not that's not a position that everybody can do, or you can like make good money. Like not every woman can be like a business owner, just like every man can be a business owner. But my question more so specifically is like, since men don't all occupy those jobs, most men have jobs like construction or like different hard jobs or like factory warehouse jobs that really bring in money for them and pay the bills. So like, do you think that women would actually like, like those jobs and enjoy those jobs as well?
I would say every woman is different. Just like as you mentioned, every man is different, right? So just like things that I would like to do, other people wouldn't do, or other females wouldn't do, right? I would say I'm a very outspoken person, and I like to run things, right? So I guess to say some other people may not like to talk to people and stuff like that. And I guess to say every career, there's someone to fit into. But I guess to say all I'm speaking on is basically equality, right? Just being equal. Just men and women be treated equally. At times, sometimes despite what, women are sometimes looked down at in a sense, like they can't rule, they can't lead and things like that. So that's mainly what I'm talking about, leadership, but yeah, practically.
Okay, so that's a good little analogy. So do you think that being said, that feminism is all like just one type of woman that is empowered by the men, or do you think it's like a subsector of like different types of feminism where it's like some of them hate men, some of them like love men? Like, how do you feel the view is towards like men on feminism as a whole?
Elaborate on that question a little more.
Like, how do you feel feminism views men? Like, how do you
Affects men.
how no how does it how do like feminists, right? Like, how do women that are feminists, how do they see men? Like, how do they view men? Do they see them as like wallets? Do they see them as like better than them? Is like them, like, how do they see them?
I would say that it's not that is how we could, I would say not that, sorry, it's not how we view them, but I guess it's all up to the individual. All right. I would say that, um, I guess when it comes to women is practically holding their own ground and letting a man know that they could hold their own ground, right? So I would say to myself the same way that you could go out and the man could swipe his card, the woman could do that too. Come on, right? And I feel at times it intimidates men, right? It intimidates men when they see a woman that is bold, a woman that is
Okay, so you said it intimidates men when
and
women are like in better positions, or like it intimidates men. Like, what intimidates men?
I guess to say it not all. I shouldn't talk just like sorry, how to say it really and truly, yeah. Um I guess at times certain men it intimidates. I shouldn't say all men, certain
Okay,
types of men, because um in terms of being someone that is bold, someone that knows what she wants and goes to what goes towards the thing that she wants, someone that's really focused. For example, a female, right? Maybe I'm just speaking on the level of one type of woman, because that is what I'm speaking on, me, right? And I would see men, they move a particular way, especially when, yes, it's a bit sexy to see a woman knowing what she wants, but letting a man know, or like resting it on the table that this is what I want, right?
okay.
This is what I want, and things like that. I guess to say sometimes it intimidates men
My
because
question
sometimes.
is,
Mhm.
how does it intimidate? How does you knowing what you want? How does that intimidate? Like, how does that really intimidate somebody?
I guess to say the boldness when it comes to it, because
So you say,
like
oh, okay. So now you're starting to make a little more sense. So you're saying the fact that you're more bold makes it intimidates
yeah,
me. Okay, that makes more sense. All right. So that being said, do you think that men would like the bold type of women more, or do you think they like the submissive type of women more? Like, how do you think men feel about that?
It depending on the person,
Okay. All
depending
right.
on the guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Depends. So, do you think that the women that are more bold, do you think those women are more fit for like marriages and like relationships, things like that?
Yeah, of course. I
Do
guess
you
to
think,
say that.
you think they're more fit
Uh-huh.
for that than the submissive women are? The women.
What's that, Jared?
I'm just asking. I'm just trying to get your opinion on it.
No, what's that? I didn't hear too good. What's that? What she said?
Do you think that the women that are bold and like know what they want, do you think they have capabilities to be better wives than the women are like that are like submissive and just like want to follow somebody's lead? That's the question.
Um, I don't know how to answer that, right? Honestly. But I guess to say your I can't even give a percentage, but I would say that things in life happen. Sometimes you could be really focused and, really driven. And maybe you have things done in terms of what type of guy you want. And even when it comes to being bold, sometimes we may have hiccups along the way in terms of things not working out. But I would say that a woman who is bold and a woman who knows what she wants wouldn't settle for less, right? Would know when it comes to even being in a family and working with a guy to have that particular family. I would say I can't talk for the ladies who's submissive and things like that. I really can't talk for them, but I don't know. Yeah, I can't really answer that straightforwardly for you, you know?
Okay. So in the age of feminism that we have now and shit like that, obviously most women think like, what I'm saying, like how you do that. Women need to be bold, women need to be like shit like that, like bold up front, know what they want, things like that. You like bosses, what I'm saying, things like that. Do you think this is gonna hurt society, or you think it's gonna help society, like when everything's all said and done?
Well, that's actually something to think about, but I think it would help society in a sense because
Why you think it'll help society?
I think we need strong women. We need strong women leaders, and because in terms of, for example, when I guess to say when, like, for example, the male role, right? When the male role, like, for example, a man, right? Therefore, if he can't perform his duties, can't um let me give an example, right? I would say, like, for a household, right, a man and a woman, right? Husband and wife, I meant, right? Just for example, the husband gets sick or something like that, and the woman has to now pick up his role, right? So I guess to say it makes women more equipped for what leads ahead in terms of, you know, being bold, being someone that is, could pick up the slack, when their guy or their family, isn't, you know, when things aren't working out too well. So I want to see women like, what, despite that is going wrong, what, I can do this. I can pick up. I could run things. I could lead things. I'm not saying that we don't need the man, but I'm just saying that we as women, despite we don't need to depend on other people. We don't need to depend on a man or whoever to pick up the slack for us. We as women need to do that for ourselves. If you
Okay.
understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So I get what you're saying, and I agree to an extent, but it's like at the same time, and this is gonna lead to my next question, because I feel like having a society with weaker women ultimately leads to a society with weaker men. So you know what I mean. So like that being said, like the fact that it's encouraging women to be like, oh, you the prize, you at the pedestal, things like that. Like now it's at a point where it's like now it's like it's really here. The effect is really here. So like it's really feminism is like really at the peak. You got women like heads of companies and things like that now. So like this is ultimately making weaker men. And then now you come across people that bash people like me that try to help men out and like try to like make men better, you know, like
I
in all
disagree.
actuality. But
I disagree.
what was that?
I disagree.
You disagree with what? What part of
Yeah,
that?
I disagree when you say that in terms of sometimes feminists or being not feminists, being a strong woman or being a woman that leads bring about weak men, bring about men that is weak or make men feel a particular way. But I think it should be like this, where men and women, like for example, like in business, right? A lot
Okay.
of business that I am into, we see men and women working towards each other, and we in the business that I am into, and other businesses that I looked at, I see that a strong man combined with a strong woman do something. It
Okay. So you don't think
I
that
don't
you don't
know.
think that's let's say it's a couple, right? And it's like
Yeah.
the most alpha dude, like the most like strong dude. He got the best mentality ever, right? And it's a woman, and she like the like strongest mentality woman. You know, she got everything. She got money. All these like she got just as much money as him. Do you think that relationship is working for the long run? Because I don't. Do you think it is?
Okay. Having a what?
All right. So let's say you have a relationship, right? You have a
Mm-hmm.
male that is very dominant and has a lot of money, has everything, and he's like considered
Okay.
alpha. And let's say you have a woman in the same relationship. She has like a lot of money. She like considered very like alpha, like an alpha woman. This relationship, do you think this relationship is lasting a long time?
I'm not saying like talking about those things, right? But I agree to what you're saying. Yes, it could work. Number one, it could work um if they complement each other, right? If they being able, like for example, right? If I am doing something that irritates my guy, I want him to be bold enough to let me know, right? Because we are not here. I'm not here by myself. I'm here with you, right? And so I'm expecting when you are here and I am here, I want to work with you and you want to work with me, right? And despite who have what, when it comes down to communicating and all those things, I believe that it could work out, you know? Yeah.
Okay. So do you agree or disagree that feminism has made men weaker? Do you agree or disagree with that?
Um, hmm.
Or do you even think men are weaker than what they were, than what they used to be? I mean, I don't even know if you're old enough to even assess that, but do you think that?
It depends though. It depends because I would say yes. Because in today's society, you will see that a lot of women are picking up a lot of men roles, right? So, and this is just something that I observe. It's not something that is really talked about, right? But men sometimes, like if they have a girl, like for example, if I have a guy and I'm outgoing than my guy, and I don't know, I think he might be a particular way. Once you don't understand, right? I feel like understanding comes in here also, right? Understanding who I am, or me understanding my person. You know,
Mhm.
do you get what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, I understand.
All right. Yeah. So I wouldn't really say. I guess say it's vice versa, right? I guess say it's vice versa, really
Of
and
course. I
truly.
mean,
You know.
that's kind of why that's what I said in my last question to you because I was asking like pretty much that feminism has made men weaker, women stronger. So ultimately, that kind of changes the societal effect. But my boy Upper said the only issue will be if the woman does not submit to the man, or if the man does not respect his position as her head. So,
Mm.
do you agree with that one? Do you think that you think that that's the issue if the woman doesn't submit to the man? Do you think that a woman should submit to a man?
On what grounds,
Um,
right?
Grounds of, I mean, just submit. I mean, just submit as in take follow his lead. Do you think a man should follow a woman's lead?
Of course. I mean, of course, I mean, that's our role as a woman, right? To
Yeah, okay.
follow our guy and support our guy, right? And I guess to say if a woman is not submissive, she has a problem. So that guy should find out what's her problem, right? Because as the only way a woman would be kind of, if there's an issue that needs to be resolved. So I believe that man as a person noticing that as her person needs to sit down and have a talk with her. They need to communicate.
Okay. Communicate. So, do you think that the final say should be the final say? You think that's a man, or that the man say, like in your definition of a relationship? Do you think that what a man should say should be the final thing? Like what I say goes, and that's that. How do you feel about that?
Gerard, I could be even asking me that. Hell to the nose. Come on, no.
And that's
Hell
why,
to the nose.
and look, because I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to make a point. That's why.
I'm joking.
No, for sure. I'm trying to tell my guys here though. A lot of women like think like this. So, and that's what I'm saying. Y'all gotta be careful when y'all get into these relationships. A lot of y'all probably not old enough for marriage and shit like that. So, with these relationships, even like possibly marriages and shit, with women who don't like want to like, you know what I'm saying, do what you do as a man, because you are a high value male at the end of the day. So that being said, that's why I preach to my guys over here to be the man that is that like the guy that is supposed to be running the show, and that's the alpha male. So
Yeah.
here, like that's why I chosen lifestyle. So another question.
Okay.
Oh yeah, what's up? You got something?
I actually want to comment on what you were saying there because, for example, when I was younger, right, growing up, my dad was a very dominant man. Whatever he say goes.
Okay.
So practically our decision, he was kind of like making it for us. So like if I have to make a decision, I have to speak to my dad, right?
Okay. So you would classify your dad as alpha?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Right. Okay.
But not anymore.
Why you say that?
I would say not anymore because he made, well, I would say he made all girls, right? And we are just like him. So now me being older, I would question my dad. So before I would just whatever my dad say goes, right?
Okay.
And I was to do that. But I understand things don't work like that, right? I just can't have a guy telling me what to do and follow him like some kind of, no, it don't work like that. Sometimes men need like a woman who could, how to say, reason with him, reason, right? And vice versa, right? Be able to reason on his decisions, like, so why are you gonna do that? And okay, or like for example, the decisions I would want to make for myself. So I would want my guy to understand the decisions I would want to make for myself, despite he disapprove of it, right? But I guess it says understanding and it's reasoning. That's from my book, right? So it's not I say, you say goes, or I say goes, nothing like that. It's all about us working together, you know?
And what was a fun? Like you don't have like I'm not trying to get into your personal business and shit, but like if you could just say like something generally, what was it that like made you stop seeing your dad as like the alpha dude that you seen him as before? Like what was it just like simply because of?
Because I kind of understand that I, as a woman, need to hold my own ground. You know, like I need to make my own decisions for myself, right? Without anyone telling me what to do. Because I mean, I'm 22 years of age and my dad can't be making decisions for me, right? I have to do that on my own, right? And because someday I would have a family and I can't just be going for my dad for advice. Come on, right? No, I have to be able to make decision for myself and make decision for when I have a family. So I need to be able to think for myself. And that's what we need in society today. We need people that could think for ourselves, make decision for ourselves. Yeah.
Okay, you from and we talked earlier. You said you from where you say you from again?
I'm from Trinidad. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago.
I was just trying to make sure I was trying to fuck nothing up. But look, so that being said, do you think that over like have you been to America?
I actually haven't. I have not.
Okay. So feminism, not feminism, but like just the way that things are in your culture, like as far as like how women treat the men, is it like different? Is that different as it was when you were like growing up? Like the way that the women view and treat the men, is it different than it was when you grew up?
Okay, so I understand where you're going with this. So what you are saying, Gerard, um, okay, you want to know how
I want to
the
know.
woman.
You want me to ask you again?
Yeah, please.
All right. So pretty much, so how the women treated the men in Trinidad, right? When you were little, is it the same way as it is now?
No, woman don't stand for shit anymore. I have to say it like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, my dog? See, what's up, bro? But all right. So what do you feel like made the change to like that big of a like difference, like to where it's like now we don't even see men and shit no more? Like what do you think made it to be like that?
I would say that the like long time ago, right? The man always has to be the dominant one, the breadwinner,
That was okay.
the thinker, things like
Yeah.
that, right? So a woman would kind of have to depend on a man for certain things, right? But look at it here, right? If you are the breadwinner, if I'm the one who making the money, so I am the one who leads, right? And
Yeah.
I am the one who could do anything I want. So therefore, we'll see where men just don't have one person, they have someone else outside and things like that. And where the woman is left, which is being a housewife, which is being someone that raise a family, right? And always has to be depending on a man. I mean, it wasn't always like that, but in many instances, that is how it is. A lot of women depend on men for things. Or just like that, if she pregnant, like if the woman get pregnant or whatever, she would have to be home taking care of the baby and stuff like that, where the men will work,
Exactly.
right? And I would say, a lot of men would not appreciate what they have. Their eye are really long. Their eyes are really long. That's just
All
a
right,
joke.
so,
That's
so
just a joke. But I mean, to say that, so I guess to say that kind of made women bring up their game in a sense. That's just one thing in terms of um being able to do what they want, being able to have their own money, yeah, go
okay,
being able to,
and
yes,
that,
yes,
and that,
practically.
I can agree that that's really what made what I'm saying the view change on how women see men. That single handedly right there is probably the biggest factor. But we got somebody in the building. My boy OG Pressure saying men are the prize if you think about it. All right, what's your view on that? You think men are the prize, or who's the prize? Who's the prize?
Come on. No,
I know
how could I
that.
ever say men is the prize? Come on.
Okay.
Both. We are both prize, right? And that's how we have to view ourselves. So you don't have like a man like you are the prize and you could do whatever. You could do whatever you want, and we could feel however you make us to feel. It don't work like that, right? So therefore, I guess to say it's all about your thinking, Gerard? It's all about how you think about yourself.
Yep.
Number one, because I'm not going to allow a man to verbally abuse me, right? And say
Okay.
like certain things about me, right? And make me feel lower than myself. So therefore, I have to understand that I'm a prize, right? I'm more than what I think I am and think highly about myself, right? So therefore, I wouldn't be able to go around to shield guys. I have to say it like that because you have to come really good when you're coming around me, right? And that's how I think it should be, right? When it comes to a man and a woman, knowing that they are worth more, right? So it's just not one person being with this and one person being with
All
that.
right. Okay. So my dog C, he got a different view on feminism, as you can see. Feminism is a cancer that is spreading, growing, it can't be stopped. So my boy, he probably more so like me, feeling like, hey, like feminism is something that's all like ultimately gonna hurt society in the end. Because that's really how I feel about it. I just feel like it's something that women are coming more out of their natural roles as like what they. I'm not trying to sound sexist or nothing, but like as women, not for real. I mean, like y'all, like it's just so many things that are just strictly like design and just no, you just can't have no like like gender roles are just what I'm saying so essential in a sense because it's like at the end of the day if you go outside of those gender roles you end up like messing your household up and like on the Chosen Lifestyle today on my Instagram page I like share this video and shit. It's like when a lot of women don't understand that feminism is like really like hurting y'all at the end of the day because it's got the marriage rates decreasing, it's got the divorce rates increasing, you know what I'm saying, things like that. So like at the end of the day, we already starting to see the early effects of feminism like starting to go down the drain. So like that being said, like you're in what's up? You got a comment?
But do
Go ahead.
you really think it's because of feminism that the the divorce rates are increasing? Just asking.
I don't think it's directly strictly because of feminism, but I think feminism is a direct influence on it for sure. For sure.
Okay. All right. Cool.
what do you think is the reason for the divorce rates being so high? What's your opinion on that?
Understanding on both ends, men and women. Sometimes, and you're right. Sometimes women maybe feel they really all that, and men maybe feel they really all that, and we can't hear because our ego always gets in the way, right? But I guess to say communication, understanding, and sometimes we just really need to let our guard down a little bit and be able to listen and adhere to our partner's needs, and the things that he would need or I would need, I guess to say, just should have balance, right? There should have balance, and all those comes with reason and understanding, being empathetic to each other and things like that. So there is a lot that brings about divorce, but I wouldn't really say it's just feminism, you know?
Okay. So do you think that this is the rates of divorce increase the rates of divorce increasing? Do you think this is leading to like a new like style of relationships to where it's like gonna be? You think like marriage is just gonna be like a new thing to where it's just like not even gonna be common no more? Like, what do you think? Where do you think things are gonna go from here?
I am when it comes to like traditional, like, because I would like to get married someday and to a guy that's um you know so I
What
guess to say
I was just gonna ask
uh,
you like if you were to saying consider yourself to get married, what's like what standards and like characteristics would you be looking for and shit like that?
okay, well, I mean, I would like a guy that could lead, number one. He needs to be bold like myself because I actually don't like timid guys at all. Who has his mind on, you know, um, and even when it comes to he thinking about having a family, a guy who is serious, a
Yep.
guy who is serious about what he wants. That is what I look for in a guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know any like because I know it's a growing trend for women to not to be opposed to marriage too. Do you know any like women that truly don't want to get married as well, or do you just like think that like do you think that all women want to get married? I don't. I just want to get a female opinion on this.
Well, from my home, I grew up with my mom and my dad, right? And they are married. So I never really had that one parents kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I really can't talk about that. So
Yeah.
this is what I grew up in. So therefore, I would like to have that, right? I would like to have, I would want my kids to have that too, a mom and a dad and things like that. And.
So
So I don't see like, I can't, how to say it really, and sorry. How to say it really and truly, I don't see myself going on that road when it comes to divorce, right? Yeah, I haven't really looked so far, but I see myself getting married, but being very cautious and being very, I mean, I have to take in consider, sorry, I have to take, um, consider what is going on in the world right now in terms of, some people just want to get with you, or get what you have and things like that. They always have some kind of outcome in terms of being with you and stuff like that. So
For sure.
yeah, there are good people in this world, right? I believe so.
All right, my dog said, you can't blame the rise of feminism purely on women. A lot, and I do mean a lot of men are no longer masculine. And that is facts, my guy. That is fact.
Yeah.
Definitely. So that being said,
Yes.
like it's a lot of instances where, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's why that's strictly, and honestly, that's what really inspired me to make this channel. Cause I was kind of like sick and tired of like the things I was seeing on the internet, you know what I'm saying? And obviously it's never gonna fully completely stop, but it's like the more lives you can impact and help, the better. But it's
Yeah.
like it's no matter how many guys you help and how many guys you improve, it's still gonna be a similar amount of people that's like knocking on what you're doing. So like that being said, it's a lot of like people that see the video sometimes and they'd be like, "Oh, you like hate women," or like you like again, like you know what I'm saying? They'll tell me that I hate women, like who hurt you, like different things like that. But it's like ultimately, like I really speak, I'm really like speaking the truth that they don't want to hear. So like, do you feel like if you see a guy that is really speaking like things that other guys don't want to say, do you think they like hate women, or do you think they like are just how do you think that guys that are really aware of women, do you think that they all are just grouped in a group of like just incel type guy? You know what an incel is?
No. And so?
Yeah, like an incel. Like all right, so it's a term called incel, like so where it's like people that are involuntarily like celibate. So like you don't have sex because you can't get no partners. That's what a lot of people on the internet feel like red pill content is.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, so like, do you think that people that make red pill content, do you think that's how what the case is, or like, what's your viewpoint on that?
Yeah, I don't think so. Like, I mean, you're like the only guy who ever come across something like this. Like on a
Okay,
reason, you would normally see like females doing things like this, like promoting feminism, promoting like girl, you gotta keep your head up high, things like that. But I mean, to say that you are doing it, I would say that's really commendable. I mean, to say at first, I had a kind of thinking like, God, he's against women or something like that. But now knowing you and seeing your content, it's nothing like that. You just want to help meals. You just want to help a brother, right?
for
So I
sure.
guess to say it always comes to understanding, and not everyone would understand you, and that's okay. That's the society we live in today. So I actually think what you're doing is really good because you put time and effort into this, so you should give yourself a thumbs up. So yeah.
Bet. So yeah, I mean, you got any questions on like anything you got for me, like my views on anything? I mean, it's an open discussion.
Okay, all right. But what really made you like develop this idea in terms of like promoting? I understand that you want meals to be better. That's why you do this. But where did you get this idea from? What brought about this?
It wasn't really an idea that just popped up out of nowhere. It was more so as if like it was a lot of things in my life that led up to me getting to a point where I was just like fed up with myself and like the things I was seeing around myself. So like once I became aware of what I was seeing, which was like it was even me, like this happened to me. Like most guys who make videos like me have went through like similar things that I have went through. So they will have been like heartbroken, like have put their all into a woman and just like got nothing in return. So now your heart shattered. So it's like different things like that. So when things like that happen to you, it's like you want to know why. I just wanted to know why. So I just literally Googled like videos like why did this happen to me? Why did she do this to me? Like things like that. I just wanted to understand. So I found different content creators that were already talking about the shit I was talking about. That being said, I viewed it. I took it in for a few months, and I was like, man, I could really like do this and like, you know what I'm saying, like have my own style to this shit. So I was like, man, I'm gonna really do this because it's like, what? How could it hurt to help out your, what I'm saying, your guys in a position that we already starting to like go down in. So it would be different if like it was a thing where men were like, what I'm saying, abusing their power and it's like really like how y'all say toxic masculinity. If that was really a real thing, like you would be seeing a lot way more way worse shit than this. But like, if that was the case, so that being said, I'm just saying like things like that are just like why I just started to make the videos I made, because I was just tired of seeing my homies out here, you know what I'm saying, going through the same shit I was going through. And even if you wanted to wake up, it's never too late to wake up, and like the shit would just spread like wildfire if it's good. So, yep.
And one more question, right? In terms of you having someone like the typical person for you, like what would you look for?
I mean, I'm not too really fond of like long term, like just strictly relationships like that. I mean, I do like, you know what I'm saying, here and there we could like, you know, do our thing and things like that. As of right now, you know what I'm saying, I'm 22, so I'm trying to just get to the bag. Like I ain't got shit I want yet, so like I'm trying, you know, it's a lot of things I gotta accomplish first and shit. But I mean, if you want to shit, like if we gonna like do the thing, do our little thing and shit like that, I just want you to, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be like definitely cool, like be open minded. I like talking about, you know what I'm saying, things on a deeper level than just like basic shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Agreed.
what the hottest rapper is talking about, like what new shit just dropped on the internet, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, honestly, I just put it into perspective of like, how am I, like, is this person like matching my vibe right now? And like, cause I don't put too much time into women right now at this point in my life in a relationship aspect, because like at the end of the day, when you do things like that, like you gotta be like already like set and shit like that. I don't have shit I want right now, like I said earlier. So it's like it's grind season. So it's like, yeah, but you just be cool. You match my vibe. You know what I'm saying? You got good qualities and shit. You're not evil asshole. You good. I fuck with you.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like if you do, like if you just a good soul, like a good like positive soul, then you good. Like I fuck with you and shit. Like if you're a girl. You're a shorty. Like if you're a candidate, you do all that, you fill all those check marks, you straight.
Okay, so last question. This is my last question for you, right?
You good.
Okay. How would you know if a guy is really into you? Like, how would you know if a guy is really into you? Like,
I mean, that could be answered in a lot of different ways. I mean, if they really into you, it's just a lot of things that you can see, I guess. I mean, I really can't. I ain't been like that for over a girl in a long time, so I mean, it would really be hard for me to say. But I mean, I guess they just if you all right, okay. I'm gonna tell you some things I do. I'm gonna tell you some things I was doing in my simp days. Maybe that'll help you. So shit I was doing in my simp days that when I really fucked with a girl and shit, and I'll tell you some shit like that. All right, bet. So look, if they just like straight up, no. If they like straight up just texting you, like, you know what I'm saying, just like double texting or some shit, like, or triple texting you, like, you know what I'm saying, checking up on you and shit. Really, honestly, if you don't fuck with the dude, that's how you know he really fuck with you. I'm gonna make it that it's that simple. If you don't really fuck with the dude, then that's how you know he really fuck with you. Yes, sir.
I didn't understand that. I didn't get that.
I know you probably not gonna understand it because it's like all my guys watching this really they understood that shit what I said. But I mean, at the end of the day, like it's just, yeah, man. You gotta. I guess they will fucking double text you and like put in a lot of like effort to see you and shit like that. And that being said, exactly. and that's why I said what I said, because when you do things like that, it pushes the woman away and shit. It pushes the woman away. So ultimately, when the woman gets pushed away, she don't want to fuck with the dude. So when a dude really fuck with a girl, you know what I'm saying, he gonna do like the things I just said, which is simping. And that's why the channel exists, because most men don't know that simping and shit like that don't work. Most men don't know that. So that's why I'm here. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of things to be told to my brothers out here. My boy said, do I believe that masculinity in men is getting better or worse? Masculinity in men is definitely getting worse, bro. And we talked about this a little bit earlier, but it's just because, bro, like the propaganda that we're fed every day, the things that are even on the The number one song in the country, I think, is WAP right now, bro. That'll tell you everything you need to know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, like, no. I think at the point that we are at, it's like we have to, in all actuality, like have our values like really I don't know, bro. We just gotta stand on our values more as men, bro. And I feel like we don't do that shit a lot no more in our community. So that's why like I said, when you really like become when you really become that man that is really on his shit in society, a lot of people will talk down on you and they will ridicule you like as a man type shit. That's just being real. But yeah, so that's my outlook on a lot of different things like that. You got anything else? Are you straight?
I'm straight.
All right, bet.
I'm straight.
Shit. Yeah, that being
Yeah.
said, man, hey, I appreciate you for coming through on the show and shit, all that.
And that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
And
So
it's
yeah,
always
definitely a pleasure having you. And hey, like I said, it was a great discussion, man. So that being said, hey, welcome to the Chosen Lifestyle. I'll see y'all.
bye.